housemaid was the workhorse of the house. She did all the hard physical labor. She carried the heavy coal scuttle or can of water up 6 flights of stairs, while the footman carried a letter. There was no chivalry below stairs. Rule number 1, you'd never help another servant with their work. Maids had it harder in more ways than just the physical work of their jobs. There was the woe of the housemaids. The sexual morals of the time stated that men were supposed to have a great deal of sexual experience before they got married. So where do they get this experience? The poor maid would be cornered in the library by the master or the young master's friends. If she screamed, she lost her job. If she resisted, she lost her job. If the mistress found out, she lost her job. If she became pregnant, she lost her job. No matter what, it was always the maid's fault. The kitchen maid had graduated from being a scullery maid and was learning the trade of being a cook by doing all the arduous tasks required by Victorian recipes. Well, I remember one cook made me beat 48 eggs for 2 hours to make a sauce for mince pies, and then because I didn't get all the vegetables cleaned and sliced and 6 chickens plucked before our supper downstairs, she wouldn't even let me taste the sauce, let alone have a pie. The nursery maids were the workhorse of the nursery. They were often very young, starting the job as early as 12 or 13. These girls were starved for affection because they were not allowed to mix with the other servants, even if they had siblings working in the same house. So they often succumbed to the seductions of men, mainly soldiers they met when they took the children out for walks or strolls in their perambulators. Because the British military wore red coats, maids were said to be suffering from scarlet fever. The lowest of the low was the poor scullery maid. She spent all her time scrubbing the floors and pots and pans until her hands were raw. Well, I remember when I was a scullery maid and there was this big dinner for them upstairs and we was a-scrubbing and a-washing up all night. If we was lucky, we might have seen our beds for half an hour before we had to be down to work again. All the other servants told us our only comfort is knowing that the Bible tells us that we'll have a better life in heaven. Not that that's saying much, but we knows it so, because they all tells us so every time when they passes the scullery.